Hi everybody, Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you an embossed box. It has got inside a really cute little heart-shaped soap. If you are a subscriber and follow my videos, tutorials, you'll know that I did one of these soaps for a Mother's Day gift earlier in the year, and did an acetate type lid with a embossed base for the box. So this time I thought they were such lovely soaps that I got some more and thought I wanted to make a really pretty box for them. And to be honest, the embossing of this box came from an idea in the catalogue. On page 37 of the new annual catalogue there is an embossed box. You know, there's no issue with recreating things that you see in the catalogue. This is what it's for. It's there for inspiration, for colour combinations, and if you want to copy them, that's fine. That's the whole fun of it. Add a little tweak, because you will find that once you start copying something out of the catalogue, that you will find, actually I don't have that product, but I'll try something else, and then before you know it, your mind's running and you're thinking of things that you can do differently or how you can adapt it and change it, and before you know it you've made 100 different things, all from one inspirational picture in the catalogue. So as I said, that was where mine came from. Obviously I'm using the beautiful new products, so I've got the Pretty Label Punch here with the label Me Pretty sentiment on it. I've got the beautiful, I want to say it's finely woven ribbon. Bear with me a second because I do have one to hand. Yes, finely woven ribbon, and it's obviously all in the Berry Burst. We also have the beautiful DSP that is the Fresh Florals, and obviously I'm using the Berry Burst cardstock and the new Textured Impressions embossing folder, which is All My Stars. Like I've just mentioned in the catalogue, I don't have the circles, the spots or the dots, so I went with stars instead. So you can just adapt to whatever you have to hand. So I'm going to show you how I made it. So you need to start off, and I'm using Tempting Turquoise this time. No, I'm not. I'm telling you fibs. I'm using Tranquil Tide. And you need a piece of cardstock that is 11 inches by 6 inches. Now before we do any scoring or anything, we need to do the embossing. Now I foolishly didn't get my big shot at the ready, so I'm just going to grab it now. But when I emboss any cardstock, dependent on whether it's a large or a small piece, I always spray it with some water. That just stops the cardstock from cracking, and it also allows the impressions to fold into the cardstock more easily. So I'm just going to bring my big shot in, and again I'm going to apologise as I do most days. I have no one looking after my dogs again and keeping them occupied, so no doubt they're going to bark or something will happen just because I'm on my own today, I can guarantee it. So my Stampin' Spritzer, I just simply, and again through trial and error with this, you have to put your that was my heat gun, you have to put your embossing folder through at the fold point through first. So obviously I was going to try and emboss my do my embossing one that way and then, you know, the centre so on, but it wasn't going to work, so unfortunately I've had to do it this way. Now you can run it through twice if you want to, because obviously we're missing the edge, but to be honest I just fit it into the centre, because to be honest, once this gets folded up, I'll turn it round, it's where the band is anyway, so you can't really see that there's no embossing. It's on the important places, so for me I wasn't too bothered. So Stampin' Spritz, and I hold it a fair distance away, oops, not spraying it at me or the camera, and I literally just give it a very delicate mist. I do both sides and that's it. You see, there's only really that one you can just about see, And again, if I turn it over, I'm hoping it just picks up that very delicate spray. It does feel a little damp and sort of flimsy, and that's a good thing. So as I said, popping it in as central as I can get it, sandwich it into my big shot, and just make sure that your card's straight, because it is just to the edges, and if you haven't got this straight, obviously it's gonna mess up the sides of it when you run it through the big shot. So that's one edge done, and then I'm simply just going to get the embossing folder and I'm popping it in just as far as it needs to go. It doesn't need to go the full length, and I'm just popping it back in my sandwich, making sure my cardstock's straight, and let's just run it through again. Right, let's get this out of the way. There we go. Okay, so this is what we're left with, and as you can see, it's a little bit wonky, and I've obviously not done this that well, but to be honest, for me that doesn't really matter, because again, most of it's going to be hidden anyway. So then we need our scoring board, and on the 6-inch side we're going to score at 1.5 and 4.5 inches, and then we rotate and we're going to score at 3 inches, 4 3/4, 7 3/4 and 9.5 inches. All of these will be on my blog, so don't worry about writing them down now. As I say, the link for that's below, so as I say, don't worry, you can get all of the information from my blog. And then, as we normally do, we score, fold and burnish, sorry, all of our score lines. Now, again, when I'm doing this, it's a very gentle, you know, I'm not really going like this to get that crease. It's just a gentle, because I don't want to squash these beautiful stars that I've just embossed. So I'm just doing it nice and gentle as we go. And then obviously we just need to cut our edges and bits. So we need these 2 long bits here for our panels that fold over the edge here. Everything else can go. So I'm going to cut away this one. Now if you want to, you can leave these, you can leave these on if you want to use them as a fold point, you know, as I call them, shoulders. But I'm not that bothered. I'll leave them on this one just to show you. But as I say, it really doesn't matter greatly. So once we've done all of that, we're just going to cut away this one square on the corner here. And I'll just cut down that one, and that's it. And then, as some of you know, I do not have issues with fast fuse, but I find it very difficult to work with when you've embossed. So I'm going to use tearing tape, which again I love, and I think it's very versatile. So stick a length of it closest to the seam and a length at the other end. Get that out of the way, and then, as you know, just take the backing off. Do you know, I was using this earlier and I was having real difficulty getting the backing off. I think it's because I had my nails trimmed yesterday, and now I just can't seem to do anything with them. Ah, there we go. Right. So we've got our little tab, and there we go. And obviously that's the basis of our box. So all we need to do then is fold one end in, put your soap inside, fold the other end in, and there's your box. As you can see, this is the bit I meant, but this is the bit that we're gonna fold a belly band around anyway, so it's fine. Now, I've forgotten to write down the measurements of my belly band, so I'm going to tell you now that it is 2 inches by 11. Grab my fast fuse because there's no measurements going on here, no scoring. I'm literally just going to wrap it round. And so it's going to go, if I can get it to level up, there we go. So I'm going to get it to there, just very gently scored that with my nail, but I know that I'm just going to put a couple of lengths side by side of fuse, pop that one down, make sure it's lined up, and there's that one. So there's that, beautiful. I then seem to have, oh there it is. Beautiful, tranquil tide, finely woven ribbon. I don't know if you can see there, let me do it that way. But it is beautiful ribbon, it really is, it's so soft. I really do like it. So again, we're just going to pop it on to the base of the box, make sure we've got enough here for a bow, and then, as you know, I do my bows back to front. So just make sure you've got your ribbon central. And then, whoops, just going to do my bow. I think I might have messed this one up. Let's see. Yes, I don't seem to have that tail the right length. Let's try again. Right. When I did the original one, the box, the bow, it was fine the first time. Oh, there we go, that's not too bad. So, let's turn it round now. So there's my pretty bow. So I'm just going to trim the ribbon to make it pretty. And then last but not least, this really cute little sentiment on the box. So I've got some of my Tranquil Tide, I've got my Label Me Pretty, Thank You for Caring, which I'm popping on my C block, yes, on my C block. I then need my Embossing Buddy and my Versamark, and I'm just going to give a gentle brush, Versamark, stamp it on, and get rid of those, get my white embossing powder. And I'm just going to dash a little bit on. I'm going to put the lid on because I don't want to blow it everywhere when I set my heat tool off. So we'll get rid of that. Where did it go? Here it is, after I dropped it. So, as you know, very quick blast with the heat gun, which will just take a minute to set that. There we go. I love how quickly this is. It just does it so fast. So that's that bit done. Oops, my pretty label punch. Oh my goodness, let's get rid of some of this mess. Right, my pretty label punch, which obviously you can see that's not quite straight, but it doesn't matter because we're going to punch it out. So obviously once I've got it straight in my punch, is that straight? There we go. Let's punch that out. And then I'm just going to grab my 1/8 of an inch handheld punch just to make that little hole in the top there. Some linen thread. You don't need a great deal of this because it's only a short loop that's going through, and I simply popped it through there under the bow. Make sure it's sat where I want it to, which is about there, and then just tie a knot. I know it's moved, don't worry. I just want to make sure that that knot's quite low. There we go. Trim the ends down to as close as I can to that knot, and then I'm simply going to twist it just so that knot's hidden. There we go. And there we have them. Two super cute thank you gifts, beautiful soaps inside, lovely embossed boxes with coordinating ribbon and card, and I think a lovely gift for anybody. Thank you for joining me, guys. As I say, and as you should know by now, all the products I've used are from the current catalogue, and the link for the shop is below in the description. All the measurements etc. will be on my blog, and the link for that is below. Please feel free to come along and have a browse through the shop. There are amazing new products in our new catalogue, and I'd be honoured if you choose to buy some of those products through me. Have a great day, guys. Hope to see you again soon. Bye.